fold for you guys today. And I saw it and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I sat down and figured out how to do it. If you love this card, I would appreciate a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, you can do so below. Let me show you the card. So here is the card that I was talking about, and it's like a reverse Z-fold. I've made Z-fold cards before, but this little flap on the front was different. I saw the card, could not find the measurements, so I sat down and figured it out. I used the First Frost stamp set and the beautiful Floral Frosted Specialty Designer Series paper. I hope that you can see the sheen from the light because this paper is gorgeous. I decided that there's some more paper in that pack that I hadn't seen anybody do anything with. So we're going to make this same card and use different paper. I did use the framelits that I am in love with. I'm addicted to this one. If you've watched any of my videos, I've used that framelit a lot. So I did use that for, I used the leaves for this card, okay? For the card that we're gonna make though, I needed a thank you card. So I pulled out another favorite stamp set of mine, Country Home. If you've seen any of my videos lately, I've used this one a lot, love it. So for today's card, we're gonna be using both of those stamp sets. I have my trimmer, my piece of cardstock. I am using soft suede, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. And at 6 7/8, and that's that longer line right before the 7. Again, I just kind of sat down and played with different measurements to make this work. We're going to fold it just like a card. We're going to get our bone folder. And then we're going to Z-fold it back. I have a piece of Whisper White that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. I'm going to place that on the inside because the soft suede is so dark. We need to be able to have some white to write on. Now let me show you the papers that I'm using. It's the ones with soft suede. I hadn't seen anything done with soft suede, so I decided we're going to use soft suede. I have several layers already cut. This one is 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. And I'm going to place that right here. We're going to fold that back. And then I decided to pull in the soft suede striped paper. I can't wait to see what this card looks like because I haven't made it yet. I've only made it with the other paper. Yeah, a little bit too. Oh, it's coming along pretty. Oh, I didn't tell you the measurements on this one. This piece was 5 1/2 by 1 1/4. And then this piece is 5 1/2 by 1 1/2. Ooh, that's pretty. Now, I have another piece that I cut. Let me show you this card. See how I have this piece right here? I'm not sure, though, that this one needs it because then that makes this come across too much. Right about right there. I don't know. I'm going to leave it off. You never know. It's all about being creative, and it's all about being the card that you want. So I'm calling this a reverse Z-fold. I don't know what it's called. If you don't like that flap, because it does not lay down completely, if you don't like that, I guess you could seal it down, but the whole fun part is to have the card like this where you open it. So I assume I'm going to put this in an envelope, person's going to pull it out, and they're going to go, oh my gosh. So now for the front of the card, I struggled with the flowers that came in the stamp set. They're not really the same shape of the flowers in the paper. None of them. Like I studied it, and I was like, we're not using flowers. That's why I decided to pull in Country Home. And I've already done this part and this part. I want to show you, however, how I did this. Because if you look at the paper, I mean, I really studied this paper. Can you tell that it's two tones? It's not blueberry, it's not green, it's not tranquil tide. I could not figure it out. So that was my challenge, to figure that out as well. I will show you how I did it. But for now, we're going to put this card together. And I figured out that I wanted this piece centered on the whole card. However, it was a little hard to know where to put my adhesive on this panel. So I scooted it down a little bit, and I did a little line with a pencil. Then I scooted it up past that and did another line with a pencil. This way, I know I'm going to have enough adhesive to hold my card together, and it's not going to come off, and I'm not going to have adhesive sticking out of the top. I'm making sure I have a lot of snail going across there because I don't want this to fall apart. Center this back up again. There we go. And all I did was stamp "Simply Thankful for All the Good Things." And I don't really have those measurements. I think it's just going to depend on if you use this stamp set or not. I've already put dimensionals on, so we're going to pop off the backs. I think this is a really fast, fun card, and I think you're really going to like me showing you this part. I want to lay this right over here. And I'll tell you the reason why I didn't do this whole thing in front of you, because it's a little bit of a process, and you'll understand what I mean. I have my Stampin' Mist here and my cleaning pad. I have my stamp that I'm going to be using. Let me just move that over. And I have a piece of Whisper White. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up the stamp with Pear Pizzazz. Then I'm going to take the blueberry bushel. Is that what this one's called? Yeah, blueberry bushel. And I'm going to just hit the stamp in certain places. And then I'm going to bring it up to my mouth, and I'm going to exhale. And then I'm going to stamp. And then I need to clean in between. This is very important, because if I was to have taken that stamp and gone back into my Pear Pizzazz with the blueberry bushel on it, I would make a mess. My pad would be all messed up. Love it. I think it's pretty darn close. See how it's two-toned? Now you tell me, which one do you like the best? I think this one actually looks more masculine, which masculine cards are always hard to do. I think the flowers are more muted enough that you could pull this off for sending it to a guy. This one's definitely feminine in my opinion, but you tell me, which one do you like? Feminine? Manly one. Thank you so much for watching. I love that fold. I don't know what it's called, but I had someone ask me for some new fold ideas, so I went hunting. If you have anything that you're wanting to know how'd they do that, make a comment below and I will figure it out. It might come pretty close to what you're wanting. Thank you so much for watching and happy stamping, y'all.